727 heading south of 1560. We are do our best. 35 your day, south 15. Giant 74 Tango Whiskey, 1.6 for 3000, 140.
Hi guys, welcome back. We are in FS 2024. In front of us today we've got this Jetstar A20N. Basically on the ground here where we left off in Brisbane, except we're at the domestic terminal now instead of the international terminal, as you can see with the other Jetstars and Qantas airplanes here and that. So, we got a little traffic bug in 2024 with that screeching tire sound. So we're going to go ahead and quickly get in the airplane and get on our way here. Alright. Here we are in the airplane. It's cold and dark. It's about 5:15 in the morning. Our due departure time is 6 a.m. 2000 Zulu. Come in here, go and take a seat. Head up to the overhead. Battery 1 is 28.4, battery 2 is 28.4. That's correct. Looking for anything above 25. Alright, both batteries are on. Doesn't look like... oh yeah, we do have external power available today, so go ahead and connect that. Wonderful. Go straight into the dome light. Get that on bright. Airplane starts to come to life here. Nav light can come on, strobe light can go to auto. Smoke sign can go to on. Arm the emergency exit lights. Crew supply can go on. This will go to captain. Everything's hunky-dory there. Displays are just coming online now. Let's get some lights on in here, even though we won't need them for long. Sun's just on the way up. Wonderful. Alright, so let's go and get our IRSs aligning, or 80 IRSs in this case. Got a master caution, but that's normal on startup. Clear it. Alright, we'll head over to our tablet here, get the cabin lights on. They should look nice and beautiful. Oh yes. Got that new Airbus cabin with the mood lighting and all that. Wonderful. Alright, back in the flight deck we go. Oops, wrong button. Alright, now we come down here. FMGC and FMGC. That line message, that nav accuracy message, and then clear that. All of that. Now I'll head to the init page. Really quickly before we begin here, let's head back over to our tablet and import our flight plan. We are Jetstar 928 from Brisbane to Cairns. Weather right now here in Brisbane is 1906 knots. 10 kilometer visibility, fuel class 2500, temperature 20, 2.20 QNH 1017. Go ahead and set that QNH right now. Set cross-checked, wonderful. Current weather in Cairns is 170 at 11. 10 kilometer visibility, rain showers scattered 3,200, broken 4,700, overcast 6,700. Or is that 5,000? I guess it's 5,700. Temperature 25, 2.2, and QNH 1010. Wonderful. Alright, bring up our OFP here, and we'll take a look at this here in a minute. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and see. I forget whether ACARS works or how AirCars works in this. So that's for hobby, which we don't have, which we're not using at the moment, so that's fine. So we'll just go init request. Wonderful, that looks great. Going up to flight level 360 with cost index 2-1. That makes sense. So let's go ahead and review our flight plan here. So the Brisbane NDB, Quebec 67, to the Cairns NDB. Looks good. We're looking at a flight time today of about 2 hours and 7 minutes, between 2 hours and 5 minutes, 2 hours 7 minutes. Alright. And we are in a A20N. Up to 360, winds at 312 at 03, so really mild. Temperature deviation is 9 degrees, plus 9 degrees, so that would give us a temp of minus 48 at cruise. Our total planned fuel today is going to be 9,400 kilos, so 9.4 tons, and we're planning to use 4.4 tons. Cost index is 21, that makes sense. There's that. Alright, our takeoff data, we're planning on runway 19 left. Outside air temperature, according to that, is 27. Does that line up with this? Not quite. That's alright. Winds 189, 5 knots. We know that's not exactly correct. QNH winds are 120. That's not correct either. So we'll ignore these and we'll recalculate. Let's see here. There's our forecast, which we just went over. Alright, NOTAMs, Cairns, quite a few. Obstruction. Relocation of equipment. Some more obstructions. Taxiway, Bravo 2, VDOT length, not to standard. And none of these NOTAMs are going to be reflected in the sim, so we're just breezing through them. Alright, we'll go ahead and go to the top. So, let's go over the FMC here. I went and downloaded already, that's wonderful. We'll wait to fill out the init page till we're done boarding. Looking over our flight plan. Following the Quebec 67 all the way up. That makes perfect sense. So we'll put this on the flight plan page. And we'll put this on the init B page. And we'll go ahead and request clearance. And I do believe it is decently warm. Yeah, it's 20 degrees, so it means it's not overly warm, but so we'll hold off on starting the APU here for a few minutes, but we will get that started sooner rather than later. A Qantas 330 there and a Qantas 737 there. Love to see it. That's a very own company 320, and there's another one down there, I thought. That's a little interesting. Just gonna ignore that. Alright. So we're actually gonna have to get fueled still. So let's go to ground. Payload. Let's take a look here. So our fuel weight, as we plan to have on board, is 9,400 kilos. So we'll just put 9,500 kilos there if I can select it. .500 kilos. Wonderful. Our packs today, let's see. 148 we're scheduled to have. So close, come on. There we go, 148. I guess I could just sync this with some brief. Huh, wouldn't you look at that? And we'll up this ever so slightly. And we'll go ahead and apply load. We'll just do fast, because we plan on using GSX. Go ahead and get rid of the sunshade there. Little warning there, that's alright. Cool, so that's in. Good as far as that's concerned. Nav accuracy upgraded, that's what we expected. Our IRSs are, our 80 IRSs are now in line. We'll go constraints, 10 mile. Airport, 40 mile. And I want VOR and ADF. Actually, for this flight, it's just going to be... Yeah, we'll just do VORs. Wonderful. That's that configured. So our fuel should be on board at this point, which it is. So we'll come up here, go ahead and get the seatbelt sign on, and our fuel pumps can come on. And with that, the airplane is all woken up. We're about ready to start boarding. At the moment, I'm going to go ahead and get our clearance, which the frequency for us today is going to be 118.6, I do believe. So 118.6 or 118.85, we'll find out. .6 it is. Brisbane clearance, good morning, Jetstar 928. I'd like to paper our IFR clearance to Cairns.
Jetstar 928, Brisbane delivery, expect runway 01 right. Climb 6,000 feet on runway center line, then expect radar vectors BigSat. Squawk 4302.
Expect runway 01 right, climb 6,000 on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors to BigSat. Squawk 4302, Jetstar 928. Alright, so this is the runway on us.
Contact ground 122.25 when ready for push or start.
22.25 when ready for push and start. Jetstar 928. Interesting. Dial this all the way down. We'll switch over to ground now. Just monitor that. Oh, looks like it already did it for us, because I still have that enabled. Whoopsies. That's fine. Anyways, that's us. Well, let's finish a few things here first. I'm getting ahead of myself. Dial this up to 6,000. All this will go into auto. That's not a problem. Or managed mode, I should say. And down here, we're going to want turbulence. So that system can go on. That's all air. That's good. Leave it off right now so we don't actually activate it. Then we want 4302 in the box. Leave this on standby. This can go to TARA and this can go to all. Wonderful. Now that's us configured and ready to start boarding. So let's go ahead and facilitate that. Alright, I figured while the packs are boarding here, we go ahead and do a walk around. Don't mind the bus. They could have taken the stairs, but apparently not today. So we'll check out our plane here. As you can see, it's a lot taller than the 7.3. Got our pitot tubes here, our static port. We're in the nose cone. I don't know why my camera's being so erratic today. That's alright. Got our last probe and our other static port. Got another static port down here. This is our avionics inlet. Oh, sorry, this is the outlet valve. The inlet's on the other side. Got our beautiful CFM LEAP 1A. Hear those fuel pumps running. Get crushed by the thing there. Check out the leading edge of the wing. Our nav light sharklet. Because it's a Neo, and of course it has a sharklet, not the older style wingtip fences. We don't have hydraulic power on the airplane right now, so the ailerons are drooped. Wonderful. Can't really see into the gear bay because the gear door is closed. That's pretty normal. As you can see, it is a 320 Neo. We're in registration Victor Hotel Alpha 5 Alpha. See above into the cabin there, got the rear door. There's our outflow valve on this airplane. And our APU inlet valve is this right here. It is basically closed as the APU is not running. And there's our APU exhaust. Come around inspecting the tail and all that. Got our RAT here, ram air turbine. That'll deploy if we need emergency basic hydraulic power. And electrical power, I think it provides a little bit. There's our other aileron, also drooped because we have no hydraulics. There's our sharklet, the red navigation light. Other leading edge. And just checking out our engine here. Beautiful CFM LEAP 1A. And we do have the parking brakes set, so we can go ahead and remove the chocks. It's nice being able to actually do that on the airplane. And there's our angle attack vanes here and here.
Passengers bus is coming.
And there's our avionics inlet. And that's that. So, back to waiting for boarding to complete. Alright, so that's our boarding completed. It's about 5:45 in the morning here, so we got about 15 minutes before we need to be off the gate. Our zero fuel weight today is, on the final load sheet here, is 57.0. 57 tons. And our zero fuel weight center of gravity, let's take a look at that. Be here on a payload. Zero fuel weight center of gravity is going to be 29%. 29.0. Block fuel today is 9.4 tons. There we go. Let that chug away and calculate. Let's go ahead and get the APU started. So we'll hit the APU master switch. Bring our APU page up and wait for our APU inlet valve to open. You just see the FADEC turned on there. Alright, so we'll go to our perf page here. Preparation. Still waiting for that APU open, or APU door open. That flap open, there we go. Alright, so we're going to hit start. And that'll start chugging away and spinning up the APU. So at the meantime, go ahead and bring up our final performance calculations. That's a map. That's nice. But what we really need is this and this. Okay, so here we go. There we go. Alright, so the winds are 130 at 9. Got a headwind of 2 knots, crosswind of 9 knots from the... Oh, that's another thing. Those numbers are actually slightly wrong, as we changed runways. So, Brisbane, we're departing 01 right, I do believe now. Thanks to ATC. Yep. Departing 01 right. There, you just heard the APU kick on. 01 right,
Jetstar
and
968. Gate 30, taxi at pilot's discretion.
not have a...
Gate 30 taxi at my discretion.
Pleasure. So,
Jetstar 968.
wonderful. And then they'll give us
Jetstar
vectors
968.
to fix that.
Cross runway 01 right at Alpha Tree.
Alright,
Continue taxi via.
so now if I
Hold short
adjust the
runway
runway in our
01 right.
calculator to 01 right, recalculate.
Cross runway 01
Winds are
right
130 at
Alpha
9,
Tree.
they'll give us a
Continue
tailwind of 2
taxi
knots, crosswind
Hold short
from
runway
the
01
right
Jetstar
of
968.
9 knots. Outside air temperature is 27 degrees, QNH 1019. Our total weight, gross weight is going to be 66.2. We use flaps 1, flex to 66. That'll give us a margin of basically 3,000 feet, so we've got plenty to go on there, and that's with bleeds on. Obviously no anti-ice with the temperatures. Let's get back to the perf page here. I'll bring up our checklist here, which conveniently the Airbus checklist has a little thing at the bottom of it that allows you to calculate your trim. So we want to see what our gross weight CG is, center of gravity. Camera's a little funky today. That's alright. Gross weight center of gravity is 29.8. So on our chart here, 29.8 would put us at about nose down 0.3. Was that nose down? Yeah, that's nose down 0.3. So we're going to use flaps 1 and nose down 0.3. Wonderful, that goes in there. We're flexing to temperature 66. And our V1 is 137. Our V2 is also 137. And, oh sorry, our rotate was 137. Our V2 is 138. All really close together today. Alright, and that's the box all filled out. Now we should see that everything's gone into managed mode, and of course it hasn't. So we'll just manually select managed. Ah, that's because we have no flight director. Flight director 1, flight director 2, everything goes into managed. Wonderful. The box is set up like we need it. So we'll go ahead and get the APU bleed on and disconnect the external power. And we'll go to our ground ops here. And we will toggle the GPU. And at this point, we'll tell GSX we are ready to push. Should button up all the doors if it took, which it probably didn't. Oh no, it did. Well, keep pressing things here, trying to get rid of that. Alright. Oh, this
Hello,
is
Captain.
moderately annoying
We
deal
are
with
ready
these
for
views.
pushback.
Go ahead and close the flight deck door. Tug's all hooked up, we're ready to push, so let's go ahead and do our before start checklist. So, before start checklist, cockpit preparation completed, signs are on and auto. Fuel quantity, we've got 9.4 tons of fuel on board, which is correct. Takeoff data is set and briefed. We've got a V1 of 137, VR 137, V2 138, flexing to 66. Our barrel reference is QNH 1017 and is set and cross-checked. This is the 4-star checklist below the line. Going below the line now. Windows and doors are closed and locked. Anti-skid and nose wheel steering is on. Beacon is on. Thrust levers are at idle. Parking brake is set. And that is the 4-star checklist complete. So we're ready to go. Let's go ahead and knock off the parking brake. And we're pushing, I believe, ever so slightly early here, about 3 minutes early. Let's see if
You
GS...
need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
See if GSX will want to push us back today. And we're going to want a nose to the left. We'll start with that.
Release parking brakes, please.
Should have been nose to the right, but that's... No, yeah, nose to the left. That's correct. Alright, so we're good to go. Parking brakes release.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, with that, we are moving. And I should have requested push. Brisbane ground, Jetstar 928, request push and start. Oops. Brisbane ground, Jetstar 928, request push and start. Still not gonna work. Oh, there it goes.
Brisbane ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Hand that over to our first officer, because I don't feel like dealing with it.
Pushback and engine start approved.
Alright, we'll go
Face
to
east,
ignition
Jetstar
start,
908.
and we'll do start sequence today is 1, then 2. So starting number 1. Well, that was not as scenic as I was hoping for, and the engines are super quiet. Gotta love it. Oh well. And now we hear a little something.
Please set parking brakes.
I'll put some park brake.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
I'll let you know as soon as it stabilizes. These CFM Leap 1As should take a little bit of time to start up. I'll go ahead and put this into auto now. Just straight to on. Wait a minute. What is that? Ah, that's why. It's configured slightly differently. Come on. There we go. Alright, and we'll go ahead and if I can get my view to cooperate, we'll start number 2. Only when I'm recording do I have these issues. Gotta love it. Alright, we'll tell GSX we are good.
609. Gate 20. Request push.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So the air sounds are definitely loud, but the engine sounds are super quiet. Love it. It's fine.
Pushback approved.
Nothing that can't be fixed in post.
609.
Number 2 is slowly coming up. Some Qantas bird is pushing out there. That's that guy there. The purple tug. Interesting. We're gonna continue off to the left. Since this engine gets started here. Good enough for me.
Tow truck disconnected.
Go
Bypass
normal.
pin removed.
Flaps 1. On
Left
the
is clear.
spoilers.
Right is clear.
Auto brake max. Take off.
Gate 26. Request pushback and engine start.
Don't let it come off now. That we've needed it for a little bit.
X-ray uniform. Brisbane ground.
Those light can go on.
We'll call you back.
And we're good to go.
Position for
So let's go
Jetstar.
do our after start checklist. F-Star anti-ice is not required. Anti-skid, no reasonable steering is on. ECAM status page. Check normal. And trim has been set. Doing down 0.3. Let's go ahead and set that now. So full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. We'll set 0.3 down. There we go, 0.3 down. And that is our after start checklist complete. So, with that in mind, let's go for taxi. Brisbane ground, Jetstar 928, taxi with the weather.
Quantum 609, ready to taxi to the active. Quantum 609, runway 01. Runway 01 right taxi via Charlie 2, Bravo, Bravo
Taxi lights
9er,
on.
Alpha 9er, Quantum 609.
Aircraft calling for taxi instruction. Vehicle 9.
Jetstar 9. Oh, it's not wanting to do it. And it's stuck in a loop now. So, we're just going to disregard ATC and do our own thing. Parking brake released. Throttle up a little bit. We'll start to roll. On the packs get even louder. They really need to work on the sounds of this airplane. Can't hear the engines at all, and then it's just deafening with the packs on. It's alright. So let's do a little circle here. We'll taxi at our own discretion. So ATC is braked. As well as our sim might be here in a minute. Go ahead and turn down the cabin lights. A bit. Get the engines back to idle as we're starting to cruise. Noise floor goes down a little bit. Hopefully all our AI traffic didn't freeze. That would be subpar. I think it's still moving. Let's see if switching frequencies does anything. There we go. Brisbane ground, Jetstar 928, taxi with the weather.
Velocity 306. Request taxi to velocity 306. Runway 011. Runway 01 right taxi via Charlie 6 Bravo. Bravo 9er, Alpha 9er. Velocity 306. Wind 120 at 9er.
Oh, it bricked again. We're not going to get taxi instructions, that's alright. Beyond ACC is just not working today.
Unity 1927. Brisbane ground. Pushback approved. Face east.
It's alright, we'll just taxi out to the runway ourselves. Follow the traffic in front of us.
16 at ramp heading 6. Request pushback and engine start. Brisbane ground. Pushback and engine start approved. Face northwest. Pushback approved. Face northwest. 16. Contact Brisbane Tower 120.
Of course, the second you leave the flight deck, it's silent, you know, but that's
Over to
alright.
tower 120.5, Quantum 609.
Velocity 361 at gate 40 Alpha. Request pushback and engine start.
left up here and follow the Qantas.
Yankee X-ray uniform. Request taxi. Jetstar Yankee X-ray uniform. Runway 01 right taxi via Charlie 3 Bravo. Bravo 9 Alpha 9.
Here's the terminal where we were at yesterday.
Runway 01 right
Qantas
taxi
Link.
via Charlie 3 Bravo.
Nah, it's just
Bravo 9
Qantas 737 there.
Yankee X-ray uniform.
Again, no heavies at the international is kind of disappointing, but this is what it is. And just barely see Brisbane off in the distance there.
Unity 1927. Runway 01 right taxi via Charlie 1 Charlie. Charlie 2 Bravo. Bravo 9 Alpha 9.
And that should be 01 right there where he's taking off from.
Taxi via Charlie 1 Charlie. Charlie 2 Bravo. Bravo 9 Alpha 9. Unity 1927.
Yeah, you can see more of Brisbane there. Beautiful city.
Request taxi to the active.
But where we're going now is also a neat destination.
Runway 01 right taxi via Hotel.
Don't know why it jumps all the way back there like that when I change views. That's mildly annoying. Just like you could just go press selected it, but new sim still has bugs to be expected.
Alright. We'll taxi to runway 01
So we're
right
get our lights on. It's a little early, that's fine.
Hotel. Hotel 2. Hotel 4.
Do a roll and start.
Bravo 4.
We'll take off.
Bravo 9er. Alpha 9er. Hold short runway 01
We're
right.
using the flex setting today. So we'll go ahead and do our before takeoff checklist. Flight controls checked. Flap setting 1 + F. Briefing is completed. ECAM memo is takeoff no blue. And takeoff runway confirmed 01 right. And packs are on. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Velocity 361. Request taxi.
So we'll go ahead and line up here. Give it a go.
Velocity 361. Runway 01 right taxi via Charlie 4 Bravo.
We'll change frequencies so we don't have to go all that excess talking. Ground frequency. All our lights are set up correctly the way I want them. Wonderful. We're going to first taxi them a little slower. Give that Qantas in front of us some time. There's Qantas hangar there. Alright, let's go and set our thrust. Now the airplane isn't going to turn. Lovely. Go ahead and start the clock. Might have some scenery overlap issues here. There's flex. These throttle detents are a little funky. Still a little debugging to do. Anyway, V1, rotate. V2. Let him come off the ground here. Plus right gear up. There we go. Now we're airborne. A little bit chunky on the feel of the airplane, but that's alright. Still some bugs to be worked out here in 2024. Waiting for 1,500 feet, and then we'll set our climb thrust. We adjust here. Trying to stay on target. About there, we'll go ahead and set climb thrust. If I can get it in the detent, which we did, wonderful. Go nose down. Just had a autopilot limitation ding. Don't know what that was all about. It is climb detent. Get no asymmetry warnings, so I think we're good. Go ahead and engage autopilot 1. And at that note, we will go ahead and retract our flaps. I will go ahead and set us to go direct Big Sad. Wonderful. and the airplane will automatically go into nav mode and start tracking that. And we'll clear ourselves up here to top altitude of 320, I believe it is. Top altitude of 360 even. There we go. And that is us away. We're acquiring our speed. That rate's good. We'll put this out to 40 and out to 160 to monitor our departure. And over our shoulder there, wonderful. So some things still need a little assistance, some things still need a little time in the oven, but that's alright. This sim looks really pretty, and that's what it's all about. So we'll go and do our after takeoff checklist here, which we don't have one, so wonderful. That's us set. Flaps are up though. We can go ahead and disarm the spoilers, where the radar can come on. Everything else is hunky-dory. Away we go. Alright, we're back. We just leveled off here at 36,000 feet. So we can come up here and ditch the seatbelt signs. People get up and move around. Air's pretty smooth. I got Australia off to our left there, and then the ocean off to our right somewhere. Yep, there's the coast. You can see right down there. The clouds here look so... the clouds and shadows look so much better in 24 than they do in 2020. Have some complaints, obviously. Performance in some areas is a little lacking, and like with window views on native aircraft like this, you can't get close enough to the window to really see out of it, which is kind of a downside, but it's what it is. Anyways, that's what we're leaving for this time. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you.